Hi, Captain Glenn here to review some details of this new Sport Jet 395 Williams tender. We're back here on the back, so I'm going to go over a few things back here. This platform here rotates up on an angle. That's for when you have passengers on the back that they can put their feet on. That should be elevated up like that when you do have passengers back here. There's a bracket underneath. It's a little tight when you go to lift it up, so just pull a little bit harder. If you do notice, there's a stainless boarding ladder right underneath there that pulls out. Just get in and out of the water. Those are lifting rings right there. We're probably not going to be using those for now. We'll look at this right here. That right there is for a flag. There is a flagpole. I'll show you in a little while. Right over there is for the rear white running light, and we'll look at that in a little while. Just forward of that is an opening for a ski pylon, and there's a pole that attaches in there, and we'll be looking at that. We're going to look at this opening right here. There's a large pole in there that goes in there, and that helps assisting for boarding. It's to hold on to as you're boarding, and that'll come in and out. There are 5 separate compartments, air compartments. The one you're looking at on the left there, that unthreads, and then you can let air out there, or you can put air in there. If you push it in, it'll let a little air out. If you push it in and rotate it, I think it'll stay open and let the air out. The one to the right is a pressure relief valve to prevent you from overinflating anything. Again, there are 5 of those on board, 3 up front and 2 towards the back. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can and yet be instructive as well. So right here, this is where you fill the gasoline here. They do recommend a 90 grade minimum. Some of that is going to be on some instructions. I'm going to go ahead and step on board here, and we're going to look back here at the back. Right there is a battery switch right there. It was recommended to keep that off most of the time to eliminate the battery going down. It was told that even for just a short while, if you're away from the boat, it's a good idea to turn that to off. This is for the flush down system. We're going to come back to that in a minute. These are nice handles to hold on to for both the driver and the passenger. We're going to rotate around here and look at some of this stuff. So the shifter and throttle right here, you do pull up on this right here in order to shift it. Even in neutral, it will have some either forward or reverse motion just a little bit. So if you don't want that motion while you're trying to dock or whatever, just turn the key off. So we do have the controls here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this battery switch on, and I'm going to turn the ignition on. So these buttons over here, this is for setting different modes, the mode set up and down. This button is for the blower. That blower should be run approximately 5 minutes before starting the motor to evacuate any gasoline fumes. This is for the bilge pump here, and these are running lights that we're going to talk about a little bit more in a little while. This switch here, this is for interior lights right there. And this one is actually for underwater lights. It's pretty cool. There's different colors. If you flip it on, they'll come on white, and then if you flip it a couple times again, it'll go to different colors. If you find the color you like, I think you turn it off and on, and then that'll keep that color. So again, your ignition's your switch here. I'm going to turn it back off. This is a safety lanyard I recommend wearing anytime you're operating the boat. Attach this into your life jacket, and in the event that you would be thrown out of the boat, this pulls on that, and it shuts down the motor. Very good idea. This is your stereo system here, and it has speakers up front there, and you can hook that up to your phone with Bluetooth, and looks very nice. I have not tested it much yet. This is a VHF radio, pretty standard stuff. The on power button is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this back hatch up, and we're going to look at the motor compartment. Very impressive, 90 horsepower. This is where you check and fill the oil. This is where you check and fill any antifreeze coolant in the motor. This switch right here is in the event that you would have some young people maybe driving the boat and you don't want them to have full power. You can turn this key to low power and then pull the key out, and they'll be limited on how fast they can go. There's fuses right over here. There's a water valve, strainer type of filter right there for the freshwater cooling of the motor. Occasionally that should be checked for any blockage or stuff that might get in there. Seaweed could get in there pretty easily. So up here, stowed away, this is your ski pylon. Looks very nice. This is the rear running light. It's a white light. It folds in half, so it extends up pretty far in the air. It's intended to be the highest part on the boat, that white light. And then this is your forward running light. It has a red and green on it, and it has a place up front where it'll go into, easy to find. I'm going to go ahead and close this. These latches are pretty simple. Here for the latches. So anyway, we're gonna look up here now underneath this seat. We'll pull this up. There are some instructions that came with this, so I'm going to include a PDF file of this when I send this video off. It talks about flushing, and rather than me go through that, please do read the PDF file on that. It does have some very important things on how to do the flushing. There is a towing valve that I'm going to go back and get back here, back in this compartment back here. This red towing valve, that's in the event that, let's say you get, if for some reason you would break down, or if you just want to tow this boat with another boat, that red valve should be closed while you're towing. Otherwise, it could cause some damage that you don't want. So make sure you close that valve if you're towing this boat with another boat. So going back to here, this opens up. This is where that pole goes in for the boarding. Again, that's for somebody to hold on to that they're getting in. These are covers for the instruments. This is a very nice cover for the boat. I'm going to try to speed up here a little bit. This is the flagpole. This pole down in here is for the boarding pole that goes in here. There's some different things in here. There's a spare ignition key, spare lanyard. There's also a kit in here for if you get an inflatable tube punctured. There's a patch kit there, and there's a whistle in there, a couple other things. There's a booklet in here with some instructions on on the owner's manual. So I'm going to go forward here, and this is where you put that forward running light, red and green light. This is an anchor and line that's in here, so very important to know that that's there in case you would need it. This is a way of tying the boat to the dock, but there's also another cleat down here. Well, I'm gonna kind of sign off here. I think that wraps it up pretty good. Again, do read that PDF that I'm going to include with this video. And if you have any questions, you can certainly give me a call or do whatever. Thank you.